AITA for letting my best friend get engaged at my wedding, and not my cousin. I got married about 2 months ago and this is still a family argument. So I want y'all's opinion. The whole thing starts a year-ish ago. Last February, when I got engaged. Covered obviously threw stuff off. But we did end up having lots of fun. Anyway, in July, not sure exactly when, but I think it was July, my best friend's boyfriend approached me. They've been dating for 5 years, and I've been best friends with my best friend for 15 years. So when he asked if he could propose at my wedding, I was really happy to share the joy with this amazing girl. We came up with a plan. He was incredibly respectful and told me that if at any time I decided I didn't want the proposal to happen at my wedding, he'd accept it. I told him it was no problem and that I was so excited for both of us. Speed up to 2 months ago. My wedding. It was socially distanced. Only a few key people were there, masked up. Most people were vaccinated, etc. etc. After the ceremony, during the reception, the plan started. I think it was from some movie my BSF loves, but I'm not sure which one. So, I'm tossing the bouquet and I spin around and hand it to her instead of throwing it. He kneels down. It was all very cute. After this, we are celebrating. We are both exciting. Everything seems to be going off without a hitch. I was actually so happy because so far the wedding had been going perfectly. 20 minutes later, my cousin's boyfriend goes up to the DJ, my little brother, and asks him for the mic. He takes it, asks my cousin to come up next to him, and I quickly realized what was going on. To be fully honest, I didn't want to share the day with my cousin. She's always been a bit of an attention hogger, and I knew she would make the day all about her. I walked to them, asked my cousin to step aside, and explained to her boyfriend that I'd like him not to propose at my wedding. He gets incredibly upset, saying my friend got engaged. Why shouldn't he be able to, etc. etc. My cousin and aunt also got incredibly pissed off at me, saying it's not fair that my friend got engaged and she can't, and are accusing me of being incredibly biased. Too long didn't read, my best friend got engaged at my wedding with permission from me. My cousin tried to get engaged without asking me, but I stopped it. Am I the asshole for not letting my cousin get engaged, but letting my best friend get engaged at my wedding? NTA. It isn't customary to propose at weddings to begin with. You let your best friend slide with no issues. Great on your part. Now if it had been left at that, your cousin butting in for a proposal without permission and on the spot, asshole move. Yeah. OP's family is ignoring the fact that OP's best friend's BF fiancé approached her in advance to ask for permission and allowed OP to figure out how to slot it into the reception in a respectful way. He didn't try to hijack the event. OP also altered the wedding protocol to accommodate a proposal, then killed the speech for another because they didn't want to have a proposal to interrupt or distract from the day. The hypocrisy is there, yet it is their day, so they're cool. They called his proposal off postponed, so they know not to expect an invitation to that wedding. There's no hypocrisy. It's not like the cousin's boyfriend asked and OP said no proposals were allowed and then allowed her friend to get engaged. This is their wedding. Cousin's boyfriend were being incredibly tacky and entitled. This is a sneaky way to get proposal pictures on someone else's dime. I was revering to the hypocrisy, not judging the hypocrite is reasoning behind why one proposal during their wedding was of course okay and the other wasn't. OP didn't pay for their proposals. They invited them to the venue. The reason why proposals aren't okay is they distract from the wedding. OP conceded to one. They opposed that one distracting from their friends. Still, it was their ceremony. They also didn't throw the flowers, forced me into catch. That's denying the singles unmarried there the chance to catch the luck. Different superstitions about handing your luck over to another. They only get spouse pictures if they pay for them in case the wedding photographers, if there was even any, can sell additional photos taken during the event to a non-client. If it was a family member doing it for free, that's not their dime. That's more likely rating someone wearing a white dress at a male-female wedding. If the tradition doesn't apply to that ceremony, there you go. That's a same-sex marriage custom to prevent confusion about whom the spouses are. Also not directly relevant by itself. So I guess we disagree. NTA. In my opinion, you saved your cousin from an afterthought proposal. Imagine watching this beautiful proposal, and then your boyfriend's like, hey yeah, I guess this is as good of a time as any. No way is that what happened. The cousin probably told the boyfriend to do it there. OP says she tries to grab the spotlight. At the minimum the BF was planning it without asking permission anyways. OP should turn it around. How dare you folks plan a proposal at my wedding without asking first? How could you possibly be so disrespectful? I'm so glad I was able to stop it. Can you imagine what people would say about you otherwise? NTA. Your best friend now asked permission and planned it with you and made you part of the moment. Your cousin's boyfriend did the exact opposite. Damn. Did they think it was open midnight? NTA. NTA. Your best friend's boyfriend asked you if it was alright months before the wedding. Your attention hog cousin's BF tried his best to usurp your wedding and the engagement of your best friend. Tell your cousin to go get bent and have a happy life away from you and the people who really care about you. NTA. You like your friend and were asked for permission first by her now fianc, while your cousin's boyfriend didn't even respect you enough to check that a second engagement on your wedding day would be alright. NTA. Your best friend's boyfriend asked permission and carefully planned it out with you. Your cousin's BF just decided to propose without any permission. Plus, it sounds like you're way closer to your best friend than your cousin. So it would make sense to be okay with her proposal happening at your wedding and not your cousin's. NTA. I can't believe anyone would propose at someone else's wedding. But at least your best friend's BF asked and you planned it together. If your cousin and aunt can't understand the difference between something you opt ahead of time and them barging in for something you did not approve, that's not your problem. They can be as mad as they want. It was your wedding and your choice. NTA. Your special day was not a proposal booth. It reeks of immaturity that your cousin's boyfriend saw the proposal and said, hey, my turn, and then pouted about being told number. NTA at all. Aside from the fact that your friend's fiancé asked you in advance, he also included you. Doing it at your wedding was extra special because you were able to be a part of it by handing off the bouquet. It sounds like you're especially generous and would have been okay with it even if that hadn't been the case. But in terms of how to explain this to family, that's a distinction they should understand. Best friend's proposal kept you as a central part of the moment. Even if it was also special for them, your cousin's boyfriend was creating a distraction from your day and didn't even include you enough to give you a heads up. If the goal was a moment just for the couple getting engaged, they can do it literally anywhere else and avoid stealing the spotlight. If the goal was to take advantage of all your guests there to celebrate with them, then they should be pitching in towards the cost of the wedding, because no way are you responsible for creating that environment for them on your dime. Only your best friend's proposal was appropriate, as the point of doing it at your wedding was to include you. NTA. And they should be grateful that you saved them from embarrassment, and if she's attention seeking, being the second to get engaged at someone else's wedding couldn't be more tacky. Who I was so ready for you to be tar. You are NTA. Your best friend's boyfriend asked in advance, was respectful and gave you a gracious way out. You both came up with a lovely plan that made it clear he had your blessing. Your cousin was impulsive and rude. Good for you for seeing through it and shutting it down. Please subscribe.